Hello, hello. Today we're coming back to the Faust Normalized series. I did take a short break because of many responsibilities I have to take care of, but with the hopes of getting back to consistent Faust content, I'm coming back to this series. So today we'll be back with 2P, the next normal Faust has. We did 5P in the first video. I'll try to make this video shorter and more concise. Hopefully the next videos as well will follow suit. And yeah, let's get into it. 2P is a 7-frame move, 7-frame low. Quite a bit of range. As you can see, it goes pretty far. It is 7 frames startup, 2 frames of active, and 11 frames of recovery. It is -3 on block and 0 on hit. On counter hit, it is +6 on standing opponents, so 2P into 5P will connect, for example, but 2P into 2P won't. But with crouching opponents, the +1 recovery will let you connect 2P 2P or 2P 5K. If you can somehow confirm this, I doubt it's very possible, but it's technically connectable. Let me fuck it up a few more times. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, like this. So that's the frame data. For Gatlings, the options you have are either 6P or 6H or command normal. 5P does not Gatling from 2P, and 2P does not Gatling into itself. So that's pretty much it in terms of Gatlings. On normal hit, usually it would be hard to confirm the 2P, but generally speaking, 2P can be confirmed when you confirm a punish on 7-frame punishable moves such as Zeno's Stroke or maybe Potemkin's Hammerfall. And also sometimes you will recognize a situation where 2P will hit and will preemptively do the combo. So as long as you're not too far, meaning like very spaced like this, 6P will connect. In cases like this, you can't really connect it to anything, and you simply take your space and try to RPS forward. Since 2P is only 0 on hit, even when you hit it, it is not necessarily your turn, so make sure to not overextend. But when you're close enough, 2P 6P will work. The first confirm you want to know how to do is to be 2P 6P item, or hit super. Usually when you're very spaced, it's better to go for this, as other options may drop. So that's how it looks like. You throw an item and you get to play neutral with an item. It's very nice. It's similar to the 5P 6P item situation, but you have a bit more space. You can see the opponent's a bit further away, making contesting Trumpa a bit easier and making a few items like Hammer maybe a bit less effective. Going onwards, other confirms you can do on 2P on normal hit is 6P into mix. Now, this will allow you to go into close slash OT pressure, safe jumps, whatever you need, or simply for an item and still be plus enough to use a safe 5K. So let me just give the demonstration. I hope I nail it on the first try. So, you see, you need the bounce there, throw, and you can still 5K the opponent and block the DP. It's hard to do this, but it's just to demonstrate how much plus frames you actually have after doing the mix into item. You can also do a mix loop as long as you pilot correctly. You can get a close slash into another mix, or if you prefer doing it into the 5K power mix, which also works. As you can see, without the Kara, it kind of drops. With the Kara, it works perfectly fine. If you're close enough to the wall, you can actually break the wall with close slash to this mix, or with other combos, depending on how close you are. It's very much up to you. This doesn't break, but I think close slash JK into mix, it does. Wait, let me try it. Oh. Yeah, like this. So whatever you're comfortable with is nice. You can choose to go for love Oki or to keep the wall. which is also great. So you have all the options. When you get a counter hit, technically 2P will connect into mix. So it would look like this, without the 6P of course. Without the counter hit, it does not work. You get a pretty simple mix loop if you go for it. Nothing too fancy. It's a bit difficult to break the wall too, especially if you're mid-screen. So generally it would be preferable to go for just a hard knockdown and maybe a close flash LPG or throwing an item. In terms of when to use 2P, you generally throw it out when the opponent's either running towards you, let's say the opponent is like doing this or doing dash block or dash into back dashes. So whenever he's doing these things, you want to check for his movement with buttons like 2P, as you can see, is pretty far reaching, so you can check for it. If you do get blocked and you're close up, you do want to hold it. You don't want to overextend too much. You can sometimes challenge the opponent by like jumping with J2K if he wants to do a low or something like that, but you are -3 on block, so make sure to remember that and don't get counter hit, okay? You can technically cancel it to 6H. A lot of us do this. I do this too. But it is technically just a knowledge check, as all far slashes in the game will counter hit you from 2P. So if you 2P on block or on hit, okay, let's set him up to 6H, for example, on hit, which is even slower. Okay, as you can see, you get counter hit, you'll be hit for a lot of damage, so be careful with this 2P 6H. It is very fake and very dangerous. It's more used against more passive opponents, or if you know the opponent's really likes jumping, all sorts of things like that. Something you can technically do is delay a 6P to catch people pressing there. It will work against far slashes as well. So if you do want an option to beat up far slashes and people who auto press it, 6P is a good option. Another option is simply jumping after the 2P. As you can see, you can get punishes on the opponent on reaction, like you can simply jump, you block in case nothing happens, and if like you beat them with the button, you get this entire punish, which is super good. It works well, especially on characters who throw their far slashes more thoughtlessly, I'll say, like Ram, but it works too on Kai and other characters like that. Be careful of characters who throw out buttons, who will also be anti-airs after 2P. That could be characters like Nago, who can throw a 2H, or characters, let me think of a good example, maybe Bridget with her 2H. So there can be all sorts of characters like this who challenge you with buttons who will also anti-air you. So be careful. Other than that, 2P is very good in scrambles now, since 2P got a low profile on frame 3. That means that if we, for example, have our opponent press far slash a bunch of times, 2P will now, 2P will now low profile it. It's a bit hard to demonstrate. Yeah, it's a bit hard to demonstrate, but it does low profile. Maybe I'll demonstrate with 2P. So now your 2P with low profile buttons like Kai's 2P and every other button that you can low profile like that will be low profile. So this button is very good for scrambles. It will be good answers. For example, if the opponent does a Fudo arc or a 5D on normal hit. Like this. Kai's faster button, like 2P, right? It's faster than our button, or 2P. But we still low profile him, so we win the exchange. So it's good to remember that for scrambles against characters with low profilable options. And generally speaking, just for scrambles, it's not bad at all, since it has low recovery. Something else that you should know is that throwing 2P preemptively also lets you check for air approaches. So for example, if Kai here was speaking like dash in like this, even if you throw a 2P and you stay reactive, you still have time to anti-air him unless you do it super late like me, because I'm also pressing the recording button. Wait, sorry. Yeah, as you can see, even if you throw the 2P preemptively, most of the time you'll still have enough time to enter the opponent, which is great. It checks for the ground movement, but also checks for the air movement. So these are the things you want to know generally about 2P. I will now have a short segment about using meter from 2P, which is pretty rare that you will do, but just in case you want to do that extra combo damage, maybe you can kill from a 2P, maybe you gotta punish with 2P and you want to be able to get that big damage. So first one we'll talk about is against the corner. And when you're against the corner, we talked about this in other videos, but generally speaking, you want to route into the backdrift RC. So if you get one hit with the punish, you can simply do one hit into the backdrift RC. You'll do a combo like this. So as you can see, it's like a pretty normal BNP where you'll do backdrift VRC into Scarecrow K, change sides. After that, you'll do a close slash JH, close slash JD. Okay, pretty simple. If you want to confirm a bit later, you can confirm the same combo from 6P. Also fine. It's a bit more tight to do because of the gravity, but as you can see, it's about the same damage. So if it's easier for you to confirm it like that, that's fine. If you happen to confirm it only after the mixing thing, it is okay. You can still do a combo like this. And going to the wall break, you do lose out a bit of damage here. 30 damage is not something to be laughed at. But if you confirm it only here, it is still fine. You didn't lose too much. You can still do these combos, as you can see. So that's for meter when you're against the wall. If you are in mid-screen though, doing the updrift RC into Scarecrow will grant you this route that we talked about in the 5P video. This is a universal route for every normal, and works for 2P as well. So if you're punishing mid-screen, you have meter. If you're confident about the spacing, going for this combo with like one hit into up RC, 6H Scarecrow into a 5K JSJH into a JD after a jump cancel. I'll do this again. As you can see, you pick up a 5K JSJH JD, land, and you 6. It's a very nice combo, deals a lot of damage, as you can see. So even when you think you can't kill an opponent from 2P, it is definitely possible sometimes if you do optimize the damage. Make sure you don't delay too much the JH or the opponent will drop. As you can see, very consistent. Not too hard to do, you just want to be clean on your timing. Yeah, if you do think you're going to drop it, there are other ways to finish this combo. Instead of doing the JH, as you can see, like if you do a bit late, it does drop. So you can always go for combos like slash 2S, and if you want to break the wall, you will have to do, wait, do it. Close slash 2S. It's a bit easier, it loses a bit of damage, so it's not too bad. Both of these options are fine, and both of them work like okay. You can, of course, always route into either love OP or hard knockdown with mix, whatever you prefer. Generally speaking, you won't use meter other than that. If you're at the wall, you can do the same combo where you do something like this and simply do the same combo. You can also choose to go for something easier like this, just to break the wall for some reason. So maybe we need a thruster. There are a lot of ways to combo, but if you're already at the wall, it's better to try and break the wall just manually without meter, because you don't need the meter, and it's better to save it. Of course, if you're close to the wall, you can always run to super. It is a bit tight, so this confirm is very difficult to do, and it doesn't necessarily do the most damage. So it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. If you feel more comfortable going for the mixed loop first and then doing a 5K into super is a bit easier to confirm. If you do want that hard knockdown from that CP, you can see it's the same damage, so it's up to you. You're not losing on anything by doing this, except for giving the opponent a bit more burst as you go about the combo. As you can see, it's a bit easier to do. It's also possible to do it from a 6 speed, but as you can see, the gravity may drop you if the mix didn't route correctly. I prefer to not do that 6 speed. Of course, if you are capable of doing like close slash 2F, then you can do the same route as well. Close slash sometimes is out of range, so make sure you drift your mix properly to get it in. On tips on how to drift mix properly, I made a different video about mix and drifting mix, so make sure you check it out. And that'll be it for 2P. One of the Faust core buttons is very safe to throw out. It's good preemptively, as good as a 7-frame punish if you're close enough to get that 6P mix. And yeah, you use your 2Ps today, okay? They're low profile. So hopefully this was helpful. I'll keep making these videos as long as there's demand for them. So hopefully by the next few days I already released the next one. I'm sorry I took a big break, but it is what it is, okay? Life hits. So I'll see you around on the next one, and have a good one. Bye-bye.